Welcome to Us versus Movies. I am your host, Dustin. Today, joined with Kevin, of course.
Yeah, I think I'm here every time so far.
Yeah, so far.
So far.
I don't think we're gonna replace you. Pretty sure you're the big
Everyone's
box office
replaceable.
draw.
Yeah.
Nah, you're the big box office draw. You're the Kevin James of this crew, I will say. Huh?
Oh wow. Oh, apropos.
That's right. You clicked on it. You know, we are talking about Becky. It is a 2020. I'm just going to call it a mega hit. No, it's not a mega hit. No, it's rated R, hour 33 minutes, released in 2020, somehow, some way. Who knows these days anymore? Directed by Jonathan Millett and Carrie Murninen. That's the best I could do on that one.
I don't think it's Carrie. I think it's Kari.
No, that's
C-A-R, Car-Y-E, Car-E.
That's not how you say that. It's Carrie. It's like Carrie Ells, dude. That's how you spell it.
I see. It's a guy, though.
It is a guy. Yeah. Known for The Off Season, whatever the fuck that is, and Cooties. So if those mean something to you, congrats. A lot of first-time-ish writers, so I'm not even going to bore you with what they've been in.
No, and Cooties was pretty big, dude. It was like Elijah Wood. It was like that comedy horror thing Lionsgate did where the kids are all getting after them because they're infected. They got the cooties. You didn't hear about that?
It didn't do well, though. So,
but it has a name in it, i.e., there's a lot of people in this movie.
I mean, Elijah Wood.
That's what he said. It has a name in it. You're going to shit on... You shit on Elijah Wood, man. You shit on yourself.
Then I have shat on myself.
Guy's a Hollywood treasure.
All right, well... I'm just going to move on. Starring Lulu Wilson, Horror's Darling, The Haunting of Hill House. Let's see, where was that other fucking Annabelle Creation?
The whole Annabelle universe?
Yeah, Ouija, Origin of Evil, where she was dubbed a breakout hit by one person who wrote her biography on IMDb. Nice. And then Kevin James, who you might know best for Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. And other things probably, but mostly Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
No, that's
definitely where people know him from.
Maybe the King of Queens, dude.
No. Definitely Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
There's no way.
The sequel to the very unsuccessful Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Pixels, maybe you heard of it.
Kevin Can Wait, maybe you heard it got canceled.
Grown-ups? Grown-ups 2?
Yeah, definitely Grown-ups and Grown-ups 2. Also, most famously for his stand-up bit in which he said people that have lactose intolerance need to get over their sour stomach because they're not men. That was the line in the sand he drew. You're not a man if you have lactose intolerance.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
No one should remember that movie. Also, Robert Mallet, probably. I believe he was a WWE wrestler at one point, Kevin.
I don't know.
Krugen? Does Krugen mean anything to you? That's what he's listed as on several WWE things and WWF even, actually.
Yeah, I didn't.
So it doesn't look like he was there long. He was kind of like, this is okay, I'm out. And now he's this giant guy.
He was there at like the 98 time. I didn't watch then.
Yeah, no one did apparently.
He's huge though.
He is very big.
He's a massive man. 6'11", thick to the bank.
Amanda Burgle, who Handmaid's Tale and Snowpiercer, the TV show, and like a ton of other like shit, mostly Canadian stuff too. Early on in her career, at least.
This is based. A lot of this was a lot of Canadian actors. I think this was all done in the land of milk and honey.
The land of frozen tundra or milk and honey.
Yeah, man. They look like the place to be right about now.
I mean, yeah. I don't think anyone's denying that. We're going to be chanting, we're number 2, and they're going to be chanting, we're number 1, but we're humble, so we're not going to do that because we saw what happened to the last number 1, and we don't want that to happen to us. Anyway, what What way did you pick this movie, Kevin? You think? Was it?
It looked different for initially, and then when I saw what it was, I was like, okay, let me see how you do this, please, movie. I like movies like Hard Candy. I thought was really good. It kind of reminded me of that for a half a second, and then I saw the shenanigans that she was putting on this Lulu, and I was like, well, this seems like bullshit. Let's see what they do to compensate for said bullshit. And they were like, nothing. And I was like, okie dokie.
Oh, okay. Because I was worried that we might be on very different sides of the opinion aisle in this one. It sounds like we're not.
There is things it did that I enjoyed, like little things. Whoever the cinematographer was, they kind of had a time. If I could see the time they had to shine, and then the time they had to fall back in line and hurry up and get this movie done with. And some of the music choices, it kind of stuck out to me. There's an Aesop Rock song that plays on the car. Not Aesop Rocky, kids. There's a rapper, that Sage Francis, kind of Rhyme Sayers Crew type era. Very kind of a lyricist, if you will. That kind of grabbed my ear. I was like, oh, look at that song. Super.
A 13-year-old girl would definitely fucking listen to that in this era.
She was flipping through the radio, and she went on the indie channel or something. She came across a banger, and I was like, okay, all right, movie, I see you. And then, there's that was kind of about it. There's a couple like transitions early in the movie that are fun to look at. They kind of do it towards the beginning, and then it kind of it's almost like two different people directed it, if you will.
Let's talk about that, because I found the editing on that to be sloppy as fuck.
I didn't mind it.
You cut on the action, Kevin, and when you're doing a thing like someone's waving their hand, and then you're transitioning to the next person waving their hand, don't show me the first person's hand stop waving, and then the next person's hand waving.
I didn't say it was really done well. I just said it was interesting. Like I thought it was.
I could see what they tried to pull every camera shot from the book that they could.
Yeah,
mirror shots, reflection shots, fucking weird angle, light, fucking veil shots. I was like, Jesus Christ!
It's very my first movie 101. I remember everything that it takes, kind of feel to it. But it was kind of interesting to look at. Where I was just like, okay, like I see what you're doing. I'm trying to applaud this. It kind of gets all thrown out the window towards when the movie kind of hits its stride, and I don't know. I'm trying to be
shot until the end.
Yeah, I mean, like trying to just destroy this movie because it's like I'm trying to find some good things that stuck out to me.
That's fine. You will be the good finder. I will be the finder. So let's get into it. It has a Catcher in the Rye opening. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. She's talking to people. It's the end of the movie at the beginning.
I know. I fucking hate that. I hate that.
Fucking annoyed. Especially when she was like, I don't remember what the guy looked like. I was like, well, I've seen your face bloody on the cover, so I'm annoyed.
No, dude.
How was I ever not to know that you were going to be blood covered?
No, it's okay. Here's the thing. It's not even that. You have to take your separation from like promotional material to the story. When the story kicks in, that's it, right? You're supposed to just take it for what it is from the jump. That's how I'm treating all these movies I would probably never watch or want to watch or whatever.
Especially some I've picked.
I'm giving them all the benefit of the doubt. Like from the second we fade from black to kick it off, then I'm gonna like give you a shot. That's how I'm treating all of this, every one of these experiences. But when you start a movie with your ending, fuck you. That's so lazy. It's like I'm already done because I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, what are you doing? You're not even trying. So now everything you're going to show me for the next 30 minutes means fucking nothing. There's no tension. I don't give a shit. You've created just an atmosphere of shit.
And you've put this young girl in countless no-win situations throughout where she wins. Like, I already know it. Like, every situation she comes up against, I'm like, well, she wins, so
Well, no, yeah, it's not even that. Like and sometimes they try to be cute and then have this scene happen in the middle of the movie where you think it's the finale and it's not, and then you're like, oh, look, here comes another 20 minutes. But no, they stuck to it. They were like, we're starting with the end, and then we're gonna swing it right around. And there you go. When you do that, and you're supposed to have this air quotes thriller. For anyone, not just this movie, for anyone to do that, just don't do it. If that comes up in your story, or the director's like, "We're ready to do that," just go, "No, dude, let's just shut it down until we've come up with something better." Yeah. Or I don't know, just start it from the fucking beginning.
Yeah, because the beginning was fine. After we get through this whole, she's like talking to a cop and has a social worker or something sitting there. We don't know at that point what her role is. It's a woman and a police officer. Obviously, no parents are present. And then it goes into it. We're seeing this montage between a school fight and a prison fight, and Kevin James walking around with his shaved head and perfectly tattooed Nazi tattoos. I don't know how else to describe it. That's what it is. He has a giant swastika on the back of his head. I was like, weird choice to break away from the Happy Madison crew to do this movie, but all right, play a Nazi when you work with Adam Sandler all the time, but okay. And then this is where the editing, where it's like, oh, a fist is thrown, and we go back and forth. It's like, oh, it's the kids, it's the prison fight, blah, 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 blah.
It's a real juxtaposition of kind of what's happening here and what's happening there, and how these two worlds are completely different, yet they're the same. And let's watch later how they intersect. There you go. I did it for you. Thank you.
It was also some very poetic statement on how we institutionalize our children in school, Kevin, obviously.
Yeah, if you look hard enough, that could be there. I guess.
I'm not giving him credit for that one.
But I'm not. I will say, I thought he looked cool. I thought he looked kind of menacing and intimidating. That with the beard, I thought the beard looked good. I thought for him being this wannabe neo-Nazi piece of shit, he did well. Like, he looked apart, and I was like, all right, I'm in. I'm in on this. I'm in on the kid and her little weird angst. The worst part of it is there's 10 to 15 minutes, I feel, of the kid and her angst from losing her mom, and the dad's trying to kind of repair that by not giving away the family home or the family weekend home or whatever the hell it is. And he wants to guide her into a new relationship, but she's still angry as piss. She's rebelling. She's getting in fights in school. She's just you only get 5 seconds of this, right? But it feels like 20 minutes. But the way it's done is so poor. It's handled so poorly. I don't feel for this little girl. I just feel like she's coming off like a little shitty brat. Yeah. I don't get compassion from her. I don't get like, damn, dude, like, just give me, you're doing these 101 things with your camera and your storytelling. Well, then give me the trope of her staring at the picture. But then they go too heavy handed where they start flashing back and she's playing a ukulele, and the mom, I assume it's chemo treatments, and maybe she got the big C. And
oh no, that was definitely cancer she had. Yeah. And what was funny was I was like, when she was staring, at one point I was like, oh, cue the flashback. And then it happened. Right. I was like, oh, God, you're so fuck. I was like, damn, two on the nose. On the nose, It's like, tease me at least something. God damn. Just like instantly.
I felt like I needed a little bit more time with her kind of lashing out. And not that cancer is not just fucking horrible, but to match the character, I felt like the mom should have been taken maybe away from her in a violent manner to cue her reaction to be so violent and angry in a way. I don't know. I think that maybe would set the tone for the world I was about to be thrusted into, because tonally it's all fucked up when you start getting into everything. And I know I bring up tone all the time, but it's so crucial to let me know what kind of style of movie am I watching. Is this like an adult Home Alone? Is this one of those fucking home invasions Hollywood can't stop fucking making that I don't give a shit about? Or what am I getting?
And the confusing part is like, so I forgot to mention Joe McHale is her father in this. Joe McHale from The Soup and countless other comedies. So you have Joe McHale and Kevin James, both comedic actors in this. Neither one is bringing the funny. They are like Joe McHale is dry as fuck in this movie, and it just goes to show he is not good for every role. You may like the man, but he's not perfect for every fucking role.
Right. He's barely alive, and don't get me wrong, like it's okay to have comedians, of course, do serious roles or something different.
Oh,
You've seen dude, Will Ferrell, Robin Williams, they can do it and destroy it. You're just like, oh my God. So I don't have a problem with them being in this style of movie. I don't really blame their performances because I don't feel like the movie knows what it really wants to do. It's just so infatuated with this idea of this preteen girl just really sticking it to these white supremacist guys that I think, but only one guy really is toting the white supremacist thing, while the other guys come off like fucking comedic buffoons that in his posse. And then you have the apex guy, which is just, he's so remorseful. After, I don't know, we'll get into it, but it's just kind of like, it's a real hodgepodge of just characters and themes and tone. It's just kind of like a mesh of just bad shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, so we got an old montage. Dad pulls Becky out of school. She instantly slaps on the Jubilee sunglasses and the powder blue headphones, and they're going somewhere. She doesn't really give a fuck because her dogs are there. That's all she gives a fuck about. Yeah, and then so they arrive at the family home. Meanwhile...
Oh, no, hold on. This is the part where you get to see her lash out. He stops to get gas, and she, like, steals gummy worms. But you hate gummy worms. But the dad's on to her shit, and he's like, listen... You know, I know you're sad about mom, so we get to fucking peel back a little bit, know that she's angry, teen, lost mom, and I want to move forward. We're going to have a big weekend. Aren't you curious why I pulled you out of school? What I would have done is I would have been like, hey, I'm pulling you out of school because is she going to go to detention? Is she just starting fights all the fucking time? Is she just pissed off at school? Like, pissing on desks and punching teachers? And like, what the fuck's this kid's story? Like, I don't know.
The thing is, the only thing we saw her do is look at a fight. She looked at a fight, and then she didn't take a test. She was drawing on the edges of it.
Yeah,
that was
like
it. I was just like,
if you want to keep this kid morbid and dark, where she eventually just leapfrogs from, because then it always starts when they start hurting small animals. Yeah, she jumped all that, and she just started hurting big animals like people.
In fact, she was like, "Don't hurt animals. I'll hurt you people. Don't hurt the animals."
Yeah. Dude, give me something. Give me some morbid pictures in her book. Give me her cutting her arm up. Just give me some uncomfortable shit that she's feeling and going through. So I'd be like, whoa, this little girl is a time bomb. I don't give a fuck about her size. She's going to dismantle something or someone quickly. Joe McHale, you might want to fucking put a...
Instead, it was like a 13-year-old strong-arming Joe McHale who was just like pushover dad of the century. And I was just like, well, this is believable, but like, how does she get to murder from here?
Dude, you know? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for her evolution to this, like, fucking, falling down and shit. Terrible movie.
Instead,
but
Apex has a better evolution of a character.
Get out of my head. I was watching this. I was like, he's the only guy that does anything. He's the only one that changes. He's the only one that has to...
he grows. He's fucking peaks and valleys, this guy.
He does. And all the other characters...
I actually really liked his performance. It just when
I didn't mind him.
I was like, someone give him a fucking vehicle to go with, because this wasn't it. Dude, but shit, man.
You want to know why? Because he didn't say anything. He had a presence on screen. Yeah, when he's introduced, like you're just like, oh, what's this guy's story? Oh, he's with this guy? Okay. Like, and then every time he's on screen, you're like, what decision is this guy going to make now? Because he's already shown he's not down with this certain shit. And I was just like, okay. Yeah. But fuck. The dogs had more goddamn progress. The dog finally got out of the little house. I was just like,
I was like, fuck
door.
Yeah, dog.
Push the door. You're
finally to your second act.
Yeah, you're literally a pile of muscle with a dog head. Just like push the goddamn door. Oh, this is the dumbest dog on the planet.
No, he was well trained. I guess
too well trained.
Yeah, he was overtrained. So meanwhile, Kevin James. Yeah, so they do the gas station. She's pissed off. Kevin James, they're being transported because I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. The guy got killed. They might have been attached to it.
Yeah, you really don't get any depth in there. You're just kind of like, well, but here's the thing. Like, why would they move all his neo-Nazi group guys at the same time? Like, why would they put him in the hole? He was there because in the fight, you see the Kevin James for the first time, and he passes a shiv to one of the guys, and another dude gets stabbed that's watching the fight. So we're like the fucking, where was the what do you call them? The prison fucking guards and shit. Were they not watching this fight? I know they break it up after a while, but
break it up. We got a lot of blood on the floor. What the fuck is going? Oh, dead guy. Shit.
It's like a dude got his ass whooped, and the other dude got stabbed, and then we got fucking King of Queens over there just fucking YOLOing, and then they move them all together in this transport for some reason. It wasn't like they were up for parole. It wasn't like they were going to a max. Maybe they were going to a super max now or something. I don't know. And then
I don't know. I guess, you know.
And then where the fuck are they transfer? Like, I was like, what? And I was like, I don't know. It sounds like it was just really just whatever. Like they didn't even care. Like our little girl was in a car, so he had to be in a car just to keep that fucking mirroring going. And and then he's just like, hey, I see this guy. Let's kill him. He's like, choke him out. And then they do. And then they're like, oh man, they're killing each other again. I was like,
And then we're just like, okay, now they're dressed as the cops, and they're stopping someone else for their vehicle.
Here's the thing, dude. I would have looked at that guy. He was like, hey, pull over. And I've been like, hey, fuck you. You're not a cop. And number one, fuck you. If you're a cop, I'm not stopping. And then he was like, get out of the car. I'd be like, eat a dick.
Like, he was just like super compliant. Like, okay, I guess this is where I go get murdered.
You live around
Kevin
here?
James is like, fuck,
I'd be
you're
like,
getting murdered.
What's it to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like sometimes his like intelligence level, he was like, well, he lives a mile and a half away. A gunshot could be heard. That might spook his wife.
No, that was no. Get out of my. That was another problem I had where he said like some really like well crafted rebuttals, and like he thought out loud. I was like, oh, that's a smart guy. This guy's a calculated killer. And then some of the shit he did, I'm like, why are you just like the troop of clowns just running around just doing clown shit?
He was just like, let the clowns loose. They will do the clowning, and I will watch the clowns. That's why I was just like, is this low-key a comedy for him? I don't understand. Like Kevin James in this movie.
Like, in all honesty, his performance was fine.
It was fine. I wasn't like, oh, fucking breakout, Kevin James. You did. No, it was just like, it was well crafted to. Like, I've heard him talk like that in a stand-up routine, so I was just like, oh, okay, this is just like your straight guy moment before you get real loud and pop.
Yeah,
that's how you talk.
You're closer to his work than I am, but from what I'm seeing from him in this, like I said, I didn't try to think of anything else. I was just like, let's give everybody a chance. Everyone gets his chance. And he wasn't offensive. I just felt like the confines of the movie and the story hurt him more, where there was no great monologue of reason. Like, you don't really get his motivation. You just know he's looking for a key. And you're like, okay. And he's like, what's the key? It's that, I can't pronounce it, but it's the triangles. It's the 3 intersecting triangles. It's it's Norse mythology. It's typical Nazi shit where they would go around the world and just take symbols they like to, pollute them and stuff. They did it to the swastika from Japan. They've done it all around the world, and that's just another thing that they took. So if you see that on people, it's associated more with white supremacist bullshit than what it really supposed to mean, but whatever.
I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone that's into Norse mythology is probably just like checking and being like, oh, Nazis. You know what? I'll still get that too. Yeah, no, I won't.
If you still rock that, you're real bold. But if you're not meaning it to mean some other shitty thing,
not really. But you're kind of an idiot because no one's gonna be like, Norse mythology. Oh yeah, I love Norse mythology, and they're just like, what are you saying? Norse mythology. And I'm like, oh god.
But that so he's going for this key that for whatever reason he has stashed at this house.
All right, no, you're getting too far ahead because that part. There's a lot to unpack there that bothered Dustin. So this guy and these kids, they kill the guy and the kids.
But you see Apex, he goes for the kids, and it cuts away.
He just stares at him for a while, and the kids just stare at him. And they're like, ice cream? And he's just like, not unless it's served in heaven.
Yeah. Because murder's on the menu instead.
Yeah.
Daddy eats first. Everybody's just like,
what?
And then we warp to the house.
Yeah, we're back to the house. Joe McHale has to explain to his daughter that his girlfriend and her son are there. They are an interracial couple. So,
because the daughter's all fucking pissy pants and bitter shits because she thinks the house is going to be sold, and that was like she has the most memories of mom and family all there. And the dad's like, hey, we're not selling the place. And she's like, what? This is awesome. Me and Dora the Explorer, my 2 dogs, are going to go down to the fucking creek. And he's like, hold on. I got my girlfriend coming up, /fiance, / we're going to get together with her son. You ever see that one show?
You see the Brady Bunch? It's like the Brady Bunch with like 4 less kids, though, because who the fuck wants 4 more kids? Okay.
Sure.
Like,
let me help you out. Did you ever see Step by Step?
You see Step by Step? It's like Step by Step minus like 5 kids, because I count Cody as a child. He was a giant man child. And then he beat his wife, and then goddamn, he ruined the Kickboxer series.
But did he make it better?
Now he ruined it first, then he hit his wife.
Then he hit it big. Somewhere that's out of order, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
So she's like, oh, nah. This is supposed to be my weekend. I don't really know why she's just so angry. She just hates change, and she hates that the dad's moving on. But like the dad's like, hey, this dick can't stay dry forever. I gotta get this shit wet, girl. And then
we're not told how long the mom had cancer. We're not even told how long it's been since the mom died. It's clearly like somewhat loosely through the dialogue. It's been over a year, which hey, that's a long kind of a quick time to just be like, hey, I'm shacking up.
Everyone has their own time.
Exactly.
I can't judge that. I say, hey, and maybe this is how he has to start healing now, and maybe this is his steps. But he could at least set down his fucking kid and been hey.
And we don't even know if they were together when the cancer hit or something.
Yeah, dude.
We don't know any of this. We just know that she's pissed off and it's everyone else's fault. Don't blame doctors and science. No, blame dad. It's your fault. She's
just angry at the world because she knows the one thing that will love her always is her dad. And if she's angry and will hate, the dad will still accept her and love her back. So she's just really got the growing pains.
Yeah. And so she's off into her art fort. I'm just gonna call it that because it's just full of art supplies and such. And
it's her little Michael's away from home.
Yeah.
It's a little Hobby Lobby, if you will.
Come on down to Michael's. We're having arts and craft at Sunday from 2 to 3 for the kids. Bring your crayons, but we'll supply the other paint.
Basically, it's her little house of memories.
Yeah. They do. They all smell like a weird plasticky paint thing. And so, but then dinner's ready. Got to get the dinner going.
Everyone's sitting at the table, and we're about to break some heavy shit on your little ass.
Yeah, I was like, maybe let her get a full. I mean, she wasn't eating. They were like, we got to get this spoon shot in. Do this thing with your spoon so we could do the spoon shot.
They love their reflective shots, dude.
Fucking super loved it. It made me hate it because I've always hated it since learning about it, being forced to do it. And now every time I see someone do it, I'm like, I fucking hate you for doing that. You fucking film school fucking dick suck. They're just like, I love film school. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, we get it.
They're like, what school did you go to?
Film school dick suck, blah, 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 blah. That's her alma mater.
Film school dick suck. We're taking over the world.
Reflection shots.
Did you cut on action? If you did, you fucked up.
Fucking cut on action. No, exit all the way out of the scene, you dick. Don't stand there. Don't look at the camera.
This is 3-point lighting. You failed.
You failed. That's only 2 points. I barely put the first light up. Yeah, that was your second problem.
See, you call it cameras lights and lights camera. You're a fucking idiot. You failed.
You failed. Yeah, so they drop some heavy shit on Becky. He's just like, we're getting married. And
to her.
Stepmom.
He's going to be your stepbrother.
You can't let her walk all over you. And he's just like, it's fine. That's my character. It's not believable.
I'm Daddy Doormat.
I'm Joe McHale, and everyone associates sarcasm with me, and I'm not busting on this daughter of mine.
So Becky explodes in a fit of Beckiness and runs to her art camp.
No, she runs to the fire pit, isn't it?
Does she?
Yeah, they go to the fire pit because that's where
Oh, that's where he has
Joel
his sad
McHale,
sit down moment.
Yeah, he has a sad sit down. He's like, hold on, I need a lot of story to happen, so I'm just gonna sit here for a while.
Yeah. Realize what a daddy doormat I am.
Yeah, so and then that's when Kevin James shows up. He's now changed costumes twice. He's no longer.
I assume he went to that house and killed the wife and took the clothes because those guys were the same body size.
I think I
put that in for myself just to help the movie go.
I don't know where they got all these clothes. They had a lot of.
They went to the house of the guy they killed and the kids, and they probably killed the wife.
Why wouldn't they just not kill or shoot all of them and then go? Where did you get the
fucking hoodie and baseball cap from, dude?
That's what I'm saying. Was that guy
went to the house?
I don't know. I don't know if I buy it. How did they just like randomly find his house? They were like GPS it.
Hey man,
they were like, I know we don't have phones in prison, but we do. We do.
They know where they're. Yeah, they could. They're not fucking cavemen. They weren't in there fucking since the dawn of time. You go in his goddamn glove box. You pull out his fucking registration. There's his address. You're done. It's a wrap. Now you got a new hoodie and a baseball cap.
New hoodie and a baseball cap. Boo doo doo. Kevin James this fall.
I'd watch that.
I would definitely watch that.
New hoodie and baseball cap.
Yeah, so he's starring Kevin James.
No, we're real bold. We're gonna drop this shit in the summertime. We give no fucks.
He's like, I'm a midsummer replacement. You ever see Bird Notice? It's like that. In the summer, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna sweep the summer just for that one season.
Successful as fuck. You'll see us for 9 more years.
I mean, not really. We're on USA, so 4 max.
We don't do reruns.
Don't do reruns. That's USA. We don't do reruns.
Or syndication.
The other guys do drama.
Allegedly.
But yeah, so he's like, oh, I lost a dog. And then, Becky and her dog are in the back in the art shack in the Mini Michaels. And then she hears.
No, dude, you're skipping around. You got to have the dad, doormat dad and Becky have the little blow up. And then he stays at the fucking fire pit, and then she goes to the art shack. Well, yeah, so they're all separated now.
Yeah, and then Kevin James there, so she invites Kevin James in. She's being very cordial to him. Joel McHale comes back. And he's like, "Well, what type of dog is it?" He's like, "I didn't say." And I was just like,
"Oh, I was like rude."
Weird. Yeah, I was just like, "Oh, that's a weird shift in his character." Now you're the bad guy. Before you were like the pretend bad guy. Now you're the real bad guy. Okay. And then he does some speech about not being purebred as he's talking about the dog and looking at them like, on the nose. It's about you, interracial couple.
Yeah, it's real on the nose. They got 2 King Corsos, and he's like, I got a pit bull. And he starts going into the heritage of these dogs, and I was like, yeah, this is all accurate, dude. But he's like...
Someone did a Google research.
But he's still like lacking motivation for anything. And then you find out like... there's a key.
We don't even get there that soon, because then
there's something he wants, I'll say.
Yeah, he like sucker punches Joe McHale, and then Apex comes in and he's like, get them, they're probably going for a phone, which of course, they're going for a phone. I don't need you to tell me that, Kevin James. I mean, that's what everyone would do.
No, it's his. No, not really. Most people would scream and just fall on the ground and just piss their pants. It's like, but it's smart because they're using his dialogue to show this guy's calculated and he knows what's up. They've already given you a thing of like, hey, he's contemplating the radius of a gunshot blast. All right, and who's going to hear it in the middle of fucking nowhere? As they're just country boys shooting off guns. And he's like, hey, go ahead. They're going to get a phone. And he's like, oh shit, they're going to get a phone. I'll stomp them out. I'm Apex. And then Apex chases him to the room, and they're just like, he breaks their phone.
He's just like, was it a Samsung Galaxy S20? Snap. Oh, right in half. 5G like, my ass.
And he's like, you should leave.
Yeah, he's like, he looks at the boy, and he's just like, you gotta leave. And we're just like, oh, damn, Apex. You murdered those 2 kids. I mean, they didn't show it, but I kind of figured.
They both got each other the death stare when the Apex allegedly killed those kids.
Yeah, that little boy was just like, fuck, he's got a watermelon in my head.
Yeah.
Like, just picture all those rubber bands on a watermelon, and then that's but his hands are the rubber bands, and my head is the watermelon. You get it. I explode.
Stay off the internet.
Yeah, so she's leaving, not towards any vehicles, just on a trail. And
Dude, they're going to go get
boy's
Becky.
Like,
they're not just leaving. They're going to get fucking the other important child.
Yeah, I think I'd probably leave her. I mean, especially after watching this movie, I'd be like, I definitely would have left her.
Yeah, they're just going to bone out on her. Oh, there's Becky. See you later.
And this is why you don't give a young child any information, because then they run into people, and he's like, where are you going? The young boy's just like, we're going to get Becky. And I was just like, fucking really? You get one line of dialogue in this movie and it's to ruin everything for everyone?
It's to create tension, dude.
We know there's no tension, Kevin. We already saw the ending.
I know, but they're trying to create tension. They're like, hey, maybe Becky wins the day with a peg leg. Maybe she gets gutted a little bit, and we don't know.
She's got 2 peg legs. She's like, that's her walking on peg legs.
We got it.
So then the mom tries to cover that the one dog that's following them is Becky. So I'm just gonna call him dipshit number 1.
No, you will call him orange camo duck camo guy, because he's wearing the fucking orange camo when you go shooting ducks like t-shirt. I'm like, man, you
where did he get that from?
They went to the fat guy's house and killed him.
Why was it his size perfectly?
Because they went to the Salvation Army and killed them too.
Why did this fat guy did he go through numerous size changes in his life? He was like,
I'm not gonna lie, they're in the middle of tall. No. They're in the middle of nowhere. A lot of these convenience stores have the big gas stations, got bullshit t-shirts to sell. So you can buy, he probably picked that shit up. I'll cover for that. I've seen those in my life. I've done a lot of road tripping.
So
those exist.
Or convicts.
Right.
Recently murdered their handlers in a van on the run, took the time to send one of them in costume, in a change of clothes already, in a hoodie and a hat.
No, dude,
they got the hoodie and a hat.
Bro, keep up. They killed the fat guy, took his shit. Nothing fits him. So the other fat guy, the balding fat guy, and then fucking duck shirt, he was just like, all right, I guess I got to get like $20 hunting shirt here because I'm in the country area and this is a thing. And he's like, okay, that's cool, man. I can go in there and buy it for you so you don't come out in your convict gear. And I don't know how we got these cuffs off us and stuff. Well, we probably killed those guys. They had the cuffs on us, but they usually don't when they transfer. But whatever. And so let's do that. And then they probably got some Slim Jims. Because they were hungry.
You love meat? Yeah, Joe McHale. They stopped to say, well, Joe McHale, and then like, instead of stealing gummy bears, they stole clothes. Now, I'm not giving that to you, but okay, fair enough. So the guy's like, I hate fucking dogs. So he shoots the dog.
Hmm?
And it brings him back.
He shoots the dog a lot.
Yeah, he shoots it a lot. Like,
he's
just like, bullets, we have plenty. Bah, 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 bah. Like, he really hates dogs. Becky watched this. She whimpers and cries with the other dog and remains hiding in the Mini Michaels. And then Apex, somehow all of this transform, and like Apex is in the bathroom for a long time or something. He comes back. He's like, the phone's taken care of. Kevin James is like, that's not what I asked. I wanted to, are they taken care of? Did you kill them for me? Did you? And then duck hunting orange shirt camo guy and
duck shirt guy's fine, and balding guy shows up.
Yeah, balding useless guy shows up. White collar crime guy. He's there for white collar. He's
not useless, dude. He ate some of their food.
Yeah, that's it. And he did the classic Bachelor, I'm eating from the pan. He was just like, fuck a plate. I don't have time for manner.
I was like, he had a big pot of, like, I guess mac and cheese. I couldn't really, maybe rice and roni. What was he cooking in there, I wonder?
It had to be.
Everything had a story, and I was like, the movie didn't tell me what they wanted to
tell me what they were.
So I started making my own shit up to fill in the fucking truck semi gaps, they fucking big rig gaps they had in the goddamn story. So
he's like, I killed a dog, and they're like, yeah, we killed Becky, and Joe McHale, best acting of the movie for him.
He stands up
like, fucking what? And she's like, yeah, they killed the dog. She was old. It was sad. And he's like, oh, hopefully my face didn't reveal that it was actually a child. And movie rule, okay? Anytime you cover for something being dead, like an animal being dead with a human name, there's going to be a backpack with a name.
Did it have her name on it?
Yes, it did. Because I was staring at it. I was like, there it is. In shot. In perfect focus.
It might as well have been a trophy that said Becky, the world's best daughter, sent from the dad on the couch.
Yeah. Not that, like, why wouldn't Kevin James figure it out from the dungeon pit of old children's toys, like that just screamed like a little girl lives here.
Well, no, the little Thai kid, the herd kid, he didn't know. He thought they all lived there. So I'll give them that because he didn't know which kid was which.
All the girl toys though, like. But yeah, so then that's when Kevin James is like, I'm going to go find the key. And Becky's like, I'm going to go get my backpack and get the fuck out of here. But she can't quite reach the backpack because it takes her the same amount of time to do that as it takes Kevin James to like dig his pudgy little hands into some like, I don't know, open wall, I guess.
So, yeah, he's down in the cellar. It's like a incompleted part of the basement. And there's these cinder blocks that are like part of a small wall. And he puts his hand in there and he pulls out this like almost like a snuff box or like a little cigarette box or something. And he opens it up and he's like, oh, fuck, there's nothing in there. And he checks all the holes again. I was like, no, dude, that was the box. That you did that. That's you. You did that. You know what's in there. You found
a box. It didn't like jump out of the box. Someone wasn't like, oh, there's the key in this box. I'll put the key back and the box in different areas. You know. And this is the part that bothered me, Kevin, because as much as this guy talks, okay, after this, I expected there to be some sort of, like, maybe even perhaps throwaway dialogue of how he put it there. Like, he talks to them a lot. Never once does he go, yeah, we're here for the... You know, he tells them about the key. He asks them about the key. You know, they talk about the key a lot. They talk about that the key has meaning and it's important, but they never, like, explain how the fuck did the key get there?
Here's the thing, man. Like,
clearly that's their old fucking family home. It's not like they just moved in or something. She has fond childhood memories of growing the fuck up there. And we know how long he was in prison for. And those numbers don't fucking really add up. So.
No, I totally get it. Like, that's the problem. Like, right? So there's this big red herring, or not even red herring. There's this just big fucking like.
Plot hole.
Like, yeah, like. Here's these two forces coming together, and one's had this real estate for so long, but this guy's put this magical key there that just kind of hangs over the audience's head of like, what is this fucking key? I get it, you want it, but even the other character in there's like, well, where is that open for you to do all this? What's in that box for you to like destroy all these people's lives and blah blah blah? And they never say. It's probably going to open. He just
goes, you can't imagine.
Yeah,
that's it. He's just like, you can't imagine.
And they're like the writers were like, we couldn't think of anything. So.
We are giving our best Tarantino here, where we just what's in the briefcase? What does the key open?
It was
diamonds. Film school.
You know what was in the briefcase? It was the diamonds from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. That's what they want. They're now the next one is going to be like David or something. And he's going to be like, oh, I got this briefcase and this weird key opens it. Where's the key? And everyone's going to be like, oh, David and Becky got to meet, fall in love, and murder each other.
So Becky's going to show up, kick the door in, just like, just shoot up everything. She's like, I got the key, asshole, swinging.
She's going to be like having sickles and shit and be like, I'm all about the knives.
Yeah, she's like the poking. So yeah, like, I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Well, then he goes back up and he's like, where's the fucking key? Oh no! And then he finds the backpack. He's like, what is this? To Duck Camo guy, and he's just like,
he's like a backpack.
He's like, do you think a dog would wear a backpack?
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Is this low key a comedy? Because that was my favorite line. Possibly, he's like, I don't think a dog would wear a backpack. He's like, exactly. So I don't think it was a dog.
No,
it's a little.
That's the problem with the movie. It has these waka moments, and you can't tell. Are you're trying to be like a dark comedy? Are you trying to be like everybody else is playing it serious except for Bumblefuck 1 and 2? Like even Apex is playing it serious.
Apex is so serious because he's just like, fuck, I murdered those kids. He's like, I keep seeing their faces, and you're like, oh,
he's going through it. This dude's eating clam
just like. Man, I've murdered a dog today and hung out in the woods. I'm getting eaten by the mosquitoes. I don't want to be here anymore. You're just like, Jesus, is this your 9 to 5? What are you doing here, Bumblefuck?
Woods are stupid. And the other guy's just like, you're out of mac and cheese.
You're out of mac and cheese, and I ate all your dinner. You should have left it on the table, goddamn. They're like, you interrupted it. He's like, well, it's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone. I was just like, well, I guess he could make some
I'm going to make prison ramen in your toilet. They're just like, what? He's just like, yeah, no, it's real good. I'll give you a spoonful.
You can make regular ramen on our stove.
He's like, nah. Yeah, go with the prison.
It'll got the same kind of fucking grit.
You need that extra flavor the
gotta
toy.
have it stick to my ribs as I hit my ribs when I say it.
You got any paint thinner? I think I'm gonna make some vodka cranberry. Like, we have vodka and cranberries. Like, nah. I need the prison style. You know, this is what I'm used to. Look at this gut. You don't think this from normal eating.
You got any pennies and batteries I could suck on? I just missed the taste of asshole. They're just like, hey man, I got an asshole right here. You can you got
Apex walks by, parts right in his face. He's like, there it is. He just his eyes get all big like he's on heroin. He just
I love it. It's like when you walk into a Tony Roma's, I get the chills.
A Tony what? Those don't exist anymore, man.
Because I put them out of business.
Put them out of business. By shitting all over their lobby every time I went into one.
Tony Roma's like, that is not what happened.
It's not what happened. It was bad business management. That's what happened. Okay. No one shit on our lobby floors.
Bad business management, not bad butthole control.
That was definitely more of a kitchen area that had the butthole control. Okay. We're not going to go in this. We got a lot of lawsuits pending. And so he's like, okay, so who's Becky? And meanwhile, when Becky was trying to get her backpack poorly, because she just couldn't pull herself up into her bedroom and grab her fucking backpack.
She's a little girl. She has no upper body strength, dude. What's she going to pull up anything?
She climbed up the fucking window, man. I mean, she got
monkey and climbing. When you monkey and scurry up something, you still got no body strength.
She could have gotten it. Okay, I mean, maybe it was those giant goddamn Doc Martens that she was wearing that were weighing her down. Like, I watched her run in those, and I was like, God, this poor girl, her blisters, just fucking blisters running in those goddamn things. Just watching her run was awkward. I was like, God.
Listen, Becky, I fucking get it. Fashion before function, through and through. Yeah. But go get some goddamn slip-on Vans or something, just so I can see you get kind of fucking. Your agility points will go up by 4. I promise.
Yeah. Seriously, go for comfort. Okay, no fucking 13-year-olds wearing Doc Martens. She's like, this
I've seen it. Rebel. She's real anti, dude. She's got
only in movies.
Yeah, man, she's wearing a leather jacket, got a fucking Dead Kennedys patch on it, fucking grabbing her crotch, spitting on people. Real fucking anti.
Pink Jubilee shades. She's just like, fucking fuck the man. Like, I'll bleed wherever I want to. You're like, oh Jesus, Becky, goddamn, are you a woman already? I don't understand. Whoa. So she grabs a walkie-talkie instead, and then she goes to the woods, and she's like, hey, assholes, or some shit.
I did laugh when she said that. She's like, she said something on the walkie. He's like, hey, fuck Twitter. She calls him something, and I was like, uh-oh, she's throwing down the gauntlet.
Hey, fucktards, get out of the house. I called the police. And she's like, they're on the way. That fat one needs a head start. And I was like, which one? Which one? And then it got to the one who was like eating from their plates. And I was like, that one? Come on.
Not only did she threaten him, she just started throwing in these side jabs and shit, just verbal insults. I was like, God, Becky, calm down. You haven't won the day quite yet.
And the fucking one of the orange shirt, he's probably going to, I don't know, need at least a GED to get anywhere in life. And he's just like, oh, ouch.
He's got the fucking PhD of a GED in beatology.
He's just like, I got a postdoc in that.
We're like, okay, Becky, we get it. What do you want?
I think Kevin James was like, cool, calm, and calculated. He was like, this is a child's toy. She's in the backyard.
No, yeah, he's like, he looks at the walkie. He's like, hey, man, the range on these walkies are bullshit. He's like, no, Becky, what did you call? Your fucking phone got broken, Mitch. There ain't no phones around here. You don't have your phone or something.
Oh, yeah, he's just like,
I got your bag.
He's like, I got your phone. And she's like, the look on her face is like, oh.
She's pretty good. Like, in all honesty, the facial reactions she gives in the beginning of the movie and throughout are very good. She's very good at emoting and kind of like trying to project.
Out hit from Ouija. The New Beginning.
Thanks, IMDb. You fucking shit review.
I just can't believe they made a sequel.
Yeah, dude.
Slash prequel.
It writes itself. So yeah, there's kind of like some fucking verbal jesting over the goddamn radio, and she's like, well, I called from a neighbor's. He's like, nah, man, neighbor's about this far. There's no way walkie would reach.
We
no way you
killed the neighbors and got all these clothes. Okay,
you
like that shirt he's wearing? You think this new hat and hoodie came from nowhere? No.
The writers do.
The writers do. They definitely do. Wardrobe did. They were just like, Kev James, here's your new hoodie and hat. He's like, nah, I brought my own new hoodie and hat.
What are we going to do with these?
That's the stunt hoodie and hat.
Fair enough.
Later. Will you be doing your own stunts? Not if we have a budget. So I guess, yes, I will be doing my own stunts.
See how many companies brought us this film? Like all of them in the world. So
I was waiting for Pringles to show up. I was like, come on, Pringles. Come on, Pringles. Where are you, Pringles? Damn it, no Pringles.
Pringles.
That's like, how you knew it was like a good Hong Kong film. If Pringles was down, you're like, oh, Pringles is a sponsor. This is gonna be good. Everybody, just wait.
Pringles
just
like,
wait.
hey, you had that new Pringles from us? And you're like, well, what's that, Pringles? What you're doing? It tastes like a Wendy's burger. No shit.
No shit. That sounds pretty fucking gross, actually.
That's real.
Never frozen. What? The chip? It's never frozen like their beef. That's a weird detail. It's very weird.
I'll try them. Okay. Yeah.
Is that a real flavor?
That's a real thing. Yeah, man.
That's disgusting. I'm not doing that.
I'm not gonna build up a whole joke for some bullshit. That's real. That's fact.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
What's the
build up a thing for bullshit?
Like the Baconator of Pringles or whatever.
Oh god damn! No, I'm not eating them.
Come on, man. I've seen you snack. You'll give it a shot.
Pringles makes my stomach hurt. So, it's not technically considered a chip because of the way it's made.
Yeah,
and
dude,
that's the potato chip companies.
It's potato flakes. It's just
but like Lay's was like the ones that were like, because Pringles was like kind of beating their asses like way back when. They were like the ones that were like, no, I can't be considered a potato chip because of this. And so they were like, and Pringles was like, fuck it, we don't give a fuck.
And then Lay's was like, here's stacks.
One. Yeah, later they were like, fucking get those stacks out quick. They were on to something. We're just behind.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway. Yeah, so he sends Dingus out. Is that what happens? Oh, no, wait. No, they bring the dad out. And they're like, give us the fucking key. So he brings the dad out or something.
He's like, listen, Becky, I'm going to fucking torture and kill your fucking dad if you don't come in here and give me my fucking key. I know you have it. It's not where I put it. No one else knows about it. And she's like, eat a dick. You ain't got to do shit. And he's like, cool. And then they sit down. He kind of does like some sort of threatening. I don't want to say it's a monologue because I was kind of really waiting for him to cut loose with a super dope monologue to define his character, his purpose, his motivation, his everything. And it never showed up. It never happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like he's so willing to talk and explain like these like minute details and in extreme detail. But then you're never like, you just don't understand why he's doing any of this, other than
it's kind of like
he's that key. It's important.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's like he comes off like he's kind of almost a Lex Luthor, super intelligent bad guy. He's almost proud of telling you what he's doing and why he's doing it, just because he has that control and power, and he kind of wants to show it off like verbally. But he doesn't do anything with it. There's so many opportunities for him just to cut this promo, just to let everyone know, like, hey, movie watcher, this is what's happening. And it never really happened. So they go to the fire pit, and he's like, hey.
And we gloss over the part where he shoots the fiance in the leg because Joe McHale lies and says Becky's in, like, Florida.
Atlanta,
yeah. And then that's when she pops on. I missed it. And that's when she pops on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Then so he drags dear old dad out.
And he's just like,
tricks her. She's like, I don't have your fucking keys. Like, I never said it was a key. And I was like, ugh, cringe. But whatever.
Yeah, he did it. He did that too many times. I think he should kind of said it a little differently because he did it with the dog. It's just like, we get it, dude. You're the smartest guy in the room. Fucking act like it. But he does that whole thing where he surrounds himself with stupid people. Whatever.
He's working with what he can get in prison. Okay, he's a racist. He's basically forced to deal with white trash and a giant guy. He's just like, got to keep this giant guy on my side. He can just pop those nuggets. And I'm not talking about McDonald's nuggets. I'm talking about your head.
Everyone's like, we get it.
To give an analogy, a watermelon with rubber bands.
We didn't like it the first time. So they're the fire
Yeah, so he
pit.
cuts a promo on Joe McHale, who sits there very like, oh, this is my chair. I like this. I'm very comfortable here.
Well, he starts putting like there's a marshmallow. There's like little the metal stick to put the marshmallows on to put them over the open flames. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I swear on everything on this earth, I thought he was going to heat those marshmallows up until they're really hot.
Yeah,
and
I thought he was
flip
going
them on his face.
That's what I thought too. Instead, somehow they disappear into the fire, and he just
Imagine
uses the poker that wasn't even in the fucking heart, like the heart of the heat.
it doesn't matter, dude. He got stabbed, and then he got the poker on his face.
First he pushed. First he did his face, and did it over the walkie-talkie, and then Becky's just like, "I'm coming. I'm bringing it. I'm close." And then he's just like, "Not good enough." And then he's like, "I'm gonna stab you in the gut." For like 25 fucking minutes. Like, it just went on forever. I was just like, okay, we get it.
I didn't.
Okay, we get it.
I didn't feel like it was that long.
Dude, it's like a full 25 seconds. Okay. And I know that's not technically a long time, but when you're that's the only thing you're sitting there staring at. Like, he took less time to put the marshmallows on than he did to stab that guy.
There's a lot of time for the camera. They love the gore in this movie. Yeah. They let it breathe a lot, which is fine. It's fine, but it doesn't really, to me, match. And I was like, is this like that high tension movie from France? Like, are they trying to go over the top? But like, I was just, please God, let him just get these marshmallows as hot as hell.
I totally thought
and just spike them on his face. It would burn. So that's like,
because you wouldn't be able to get it off. That's what I totally thought they were doing. I was like, why? I was like, apparently he just wanted those marshmallows. He like ate them and was like, nom nom nom. Kevin James eating the marshmallow, nom 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 nom.
I was so upset when he didn't do it. I was like, bro,
I was just like, what happened to the marshmallows?
Everyone listening, go get a marshmallow, go to your fucking kitchen, put it on a fork or whatever, heat that motherfucker up, and then spike it on your own hand, and then watch the fucking blood.
Oh, fuck, why'd I listen? Oh, God, I can't get it off. Oh, God, oh, water.
The pain is so immense.
Why didn't Kevin James do this in the movie? It is. It's horrible.
It's burning to the bone. And then the other thing I thought of was the DJ Qualls movie, The Other Guy.
Oh yeah,
or the new guy.
Yeah, dude, well, I love it.
So funny that scene.
CGI marshmallow in his eye.
Flips that marshmallow.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought of that too. I was just like, oh, remember the new guy? That was great when Lyle Lovett gets it in the eye, or just like, and he was like whipping his hair. He's like, because he couldn't act, and you're just like, hilarious.
No, that was flawless, dude. It was great. Like, in all honesty, the new guy, pretty funny. Check it out if you haven't.
Probably not now. It's probably
dude. It's still
probably has
hold
not
up.
aged well at all.
They're not meant to, man. Like, I would watch it today. Maybe I'll watch it later. It's funny. But that scene was great. They didn't do that. So basically,
Becky's and then aren't they going for like stab number 3? He's going to heat it up again. Joe McHale like swings his head back and hits Apex in the nose. Apex goes down like he's throwing a match at WWE.
Well, throwing a match, it's all predetermined.
He's doing a job. He's doing a job.
Apex actually sells for this headbutt, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, he sells hard. He like bum rushes Kevin James. Kevin James's pants don't fit, so he falls down. He can't get back up. And then he's just off. He's just running. He doesn't know where he's running. He's injured. I don't know. And he's running just conveniently right towards Becky.
He gets stabbed in the gut. See how well you run.
Yeah, he's just running real awkward, though. I was just like, it looked like his ass was still in the chair. I was just like, was he tied? I don't remember, But then it was just like, oh, he's just stabbed. Oh, yeah, I remember. He had told Becky he actually had a really good line where he was like, hey, Chipmunk, I need you to listen to me. I know you're real mad and stuff. He does this like whole, like you're entitled to be mad. I just need you to put that aside and fucking run. And I was just like,
you think he's going to have a Mel Gibson ransom moment or a fucking Taken moment where he just cuts this real great dialogue over the fucking device. And then he just says, he's like, make sure you check me out on Community on Hulu. So you're like, what? They get up to him. He's like, Dad. And he's like, fucking Becky. And then Kevin James pops that motherfucker, kills him. And you're like, yeah, okay, now what? And then she's like, no! She takes the key.
And then he sees that she has the key. No, that's the thing, though. She's sitting there hyperventilating, holding the key. He sees her with the key. He runs around because they show him run around Joe McHale. He's also like, oh, I can't step on Joe McHale. I got to run around him. And then he gets over, instead of shooting her, because he doesn't care if, apparently he only cares if he murders a child. And then she fucking keys his eyeball. And I was like, why didn't we do that with the marshmallows?
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. I was like, if that's what he wanted so bad, and this unlocks fucking heaven, this fucking key, like, just why didn't he just cap her right there? You're already capping everybody. Once you cap somebody, now you got to start capping everything. Yes. You've already gone over the line as your
her in the leg
hostage bad guy. Like, you shot her in the leg.
One guy shot the dog 15 times.
You shot her in the leg. You sent a message. Now you're not fucking around.
You Billy Kidded fucking Joe McHale. And now here's your shot.
What?
Shot him in the back.
Wow. Like, I lost everybody was like, who?
Nah, someone knew. Someone was like, that's how Billy the Kid died.
They did. They were like, Billy Kidded?
Nah, they fucking did.
That's that a thing?
No fucking, yeah. It is now. I mean, shit. Hasn't it been long enough? Why isn't it a thing? Shoot someone in the back, you're Billy the Kidding them.
Because it doesn't work. It doesn't even sound good.
It does.
The point is like, he's committed
it's not supposed to sound good.
It's the evolution.
People feel like, what? Like,
no, it is. It's awful. I never want to hear it again. He shoots her in the leg. He shoots him in the back, kills him. And now we're over the line of killing everyone. Like, everything is hit the quote unquote fan. So you've gone too far. There's no more beating. There's no more torturing to get what you want. What you want is right in front of you. And then he's just like, hey, let me get over there and talk to you like you're a child. And she's freaking out and she keys him in the fucking eye. And then you're just like, well, that's what you get. You should have shot her. I thought, now we're not shooting people now. Now we're not shooting people in the leg. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's now, well, I guess it's like technically kind of the second. No, it's like the first time of many in which she should be done and she's not.
No,
she's just.
This is different to me because when she starts going into her Home Alone phase, there's a different thing that happens for me where I'm just fucking upsets me. Like, but this is the bad guy is not being a bad guy anymore. He's all of a sudden like he has morals. Now he doesn't want to kill a kid. You've already showed me. We had no time. He got
so excited. He's like, I got excited and I forgot how to think.
No. Like, here's the thing, dude. Like, so he's a bad guy. Okay, why is he a bad guy? Oh, he's a neo-Nazi. Okay, that's bad. Shake my finger. Yeah. And now you're like, okay, what did he do? Oh, he helped the guy get prison. Ooh, bad. Okay, what happened? He wanted another guy to get killed. Okay, and he
supplied the weapon. Yeah.
Right. Oh, now him and his boys, they killed a random guy and some kids. Okay, now we're down to the scummiest of the scum, right? What's he going to do? Throw a baby in a fire fucking next? Like, that's it. He's going so low.
Nope, marshmallows.
But now he's in control, right? So he's shooting someone in the leg to get information. He's beating someone up, torturing to get information. Now everything's right in front. Now you don't start shooting. Like, we know we don't have a lot of time with you, so you have to do these egregious things to be the bad guy. But you have no motivation, so you're just a guy. You're just the opposition. Like, there's no fucking point to you. So Becky's like standing there like, fuck you, here's a key. And you're like, all right, well, now it's kind of the dumb versus the little kid, I guess. It's really just like Wet Bandits, but fucking part 2. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no. And so she finds some cliff to sulk on. He goes back and sends the guys back out after him after he's just like, he goes to Apex, dude. He's like, my eye, I can't see. He's like, it's done, dude. I was like, what?
Yeah, Apex is done. Apex looks at his eye, he's like, you're fucked. This thing is no good. This part made me laugh. And it shouldn't have made me laugh. He sends fucking Duck Shirt out. And Duck Shirt's like, all right, I'm on it, boss. And then fucking balding fat guy, he's in the kitchen. And he's like, hey, man, help me with this. And the guy pulls out kid scissors. And he starts trying to cut his eye. And then it's not cutting.
And I love the music here because they kept doing like a sharp pain every time he did the kid cut. I was like, oh my God.
And he's like, what the I was like, this is the second time.
And he looks at it, he's like, what the fuck? And he pulls out a knife from the, from the numerous knives on the kitchen counter and cuts off his own eye.
No, wait, hold on. There's a thing that happens, and I'm just like, are they fucking with me as the viewer? Because when Kevin James comes through the first time and they ask him for a cup of water, they put it in a little kid's cup, and he drinks it. It's in a little pink cup, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then they do it again. There's little pink scissors that cut the. Is it? They're trying to tell me Becky is all around?
Yeah, Becky is all around. It's like they weren't even trying to hide it. They're like, anyone could figure out there was a little girl here. We did not need the backpack. He could have been like, a lot of pink shit. Like, I don't know if they did like a longer cut where they're like, don't do the backpack. Just have him figured out from all the little girl shit.
But I think with the other little boy there, you can do it to an extent. But yeah, it's not as egregious because you know what I mean. Just because it's pink doesn't mean a little boy can't have it. God damn it! Like, yeah, but it was just like, why'd you give it to? If someone asked me for water, why would you give it to a little kid's cup?
Yeah, maybe
he's a grown fucking man.
I could understand that because she was just like, I don't know where the cups are. So
no, bitch, open the other door then. Open the other cabinet.
Yeah, she was like, cup done. He's a weird white guy with a hoodie and a hat. So.
If you don't know where the cups are, don't be offering motherfuckers water. How about that?
Why are you offering them water?
You don't live there?
My dog. Oh, too bad. Go away. Like, someone comes to me like, I lost my dog and I live in the woods. I'm like, it's dead. Bye. Shut the door. Call the police. Get the guns.
Dude, they're
about to murder us for 15 hours.
And I was like, is this movie fucking with me? Like, and I was like, is this done on purpose?
The little kid scissors. I was just like, are you fucking kidding?
These don't cut dick. They don't cut dick.
You're using safety scissors to cut someone's optic nerve? Like, what the fuck?
If he would have done that to me, I'd been like, listen, motherfucker, I'm taking this.
I would have stabbed.
I'm steak knife, and I'm cutting my eye out. The second I calm down from this, I'm putting this knife up your ass. Guaranteed. So don't be around. You better have either Becky or that key. The next time I see you with my one good eye, I'm taking both of your eyes. All right, and I'm going to eat them.
I mean, he was a little flustered because he was trying to finish that can of beans that he had cooked in the pan. So,
hey, man, I get it. I hate when people waste food too, but damn it, dude, this is not the time. We're on some sort of like asshole mission here.
So then Kevin James, he's got like his eye hanging a foot off his fucking face. He cuts it off. He throws it in the sink. He tells Duck Shirt and fucking lazy fat ass to go get the girl. And then he wraps his eye like a pirate, like an old wise pirate.
What is he supposed to do? Just leave it?
No, but it was just like, why did he throw it in the sink though? Like, why do you even touch it?
Because they wanted, dude, Dustin. Pay attention, man. The movie loves to show off their excess gore. Yeah, I know, it loves to show what would normally work in a movie, but then it had weird moments where I thought it was edited, and I was like, has this been cut weird? There's parts where they're being stabbed and they're not showing the impact. And I'm like, what is this? What is this?
But that gunshot where we didn't even see the leg until like 15 minutes later when he was like, tourniquet that. And I was
like not even that.
Are we going to see the tourniquet ever?
All right.
And we did, and I was like, ooh, it's real bad.
I'm just going to get us there. So they're out there. Of course, Becky goes to her little art hut. Duck Shirt shows up to the art hut. He's like, hey, I know you're in there. Let's just do this, Becky. Just give me the key. I'll say I fucking found it. You can fuck off. It's all good. You can go get your mom and your brother and y'all can fuck off. That's not my mom. So that's her
fucking snaps. She's
that's
like, well, she looks at that picture, that weird oil painting.
Yeah, I wanted to skip all the fucking mom.
No, we cannot because
there's so many flashbacks.
She thinks about mom, which is filmed completely different. It's all bright and sunny. Then she thinks about the dog getting shot, and then she thinks about the dad getting shot, and then she thinks about the dog getting shot again, and that's when Becky snaps.
You can't even really think of that. Like the whole movie's still shot. It's all bright and warm. Like there's no darkness. There's no
the stuff with the mom was still
atmosphere. Well, that's it
was like that weird like hospital bright that they like to do. Like mom's in heaven bright. That's what I would call. That's how it is. You just like know that person's dead. They're just like do it like too white. A lot of lens flare, Ugh. But she flicks like a Canadian quarter at him, and he thinks that's the key. I was just like, that was clearly not a key, dude. Like you are.
Ideally, he sees something fly out of her hands, and he hears it hit, and she's like, go get it, and she's already fucking berserk and shit with a big sword trying to chop fucking down.
She breaks this ruler perfectly on an edge, and then this ruler never breaks again.
She breaks a ruler, and she breaks a bunch of. She puts a lot of color pencils together, tapes them up, and she basically forever. She repels off this little swing thing, and just like fucking jacks him, like kicks him in the face, stabs him with a fucking ruler in the chest.
No, she stabs him in the collarbone first. That's what she does first, is stab him in the collarbone, and he's like, ah, pulls it out, and is just like, fuck you, want to go knifey spoony with me, motherfucker? All day. And she's just like, stab. He's like, oh, fuck, I didn't know we were starting already.
I mean, to his defense, I would kind of be like, what the fuck? This little turd just stabbed me? Like, are we...
Forgets he has a gun.
Are we violent kid now? Is this what we've done too?
Yeah, but I don't know if that gun had any more bullets, because you might have put them on the dog that was dead.
He overloaded the dog, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's literally on, but that guy didn't get the memo. He's still looking for that.
I mean, he got it, but like late. So like he got it delivered personally in his fucking
inbox.
Yeah. Yeah, she stabs him, and then she starts kicking the ruler through the side of his neck for like another 25 seconds. Where you're like,
and this is the part where they stop showing stuff, and I'm just like, what? Like it's cut?
They just show the foot hitting the top of the ruler.
No, not even that, dude. Like there's a shot where she's stabbing with the color pencils, and it's almost purposely elevated, where it's like you kind of just see her doing the motion, but it's not showing the stabbing. That's why I was just like, what is going on right now?
I want to say that's probably a budget. Like they didn't know how much. I don't know. It might have been like horror shots aren't covered in film school, Kevin. So they were just like, what?
I think they are.
This story is believable.
In all honesty, they had pretty good prosthetics and stuff. They had really great squib effects, and there's stuff towards the end where I was like, hey, that looks pretty good. Like for what you guys had, I think they did an admirable job. And I think that's really why they wanted to show it off, in my opinion, instead of it being like, oh, look how hyper violent this is. I was like, no, man, you guys had probably like one shot for some of these gimmicks that come down the line, and you really wanted to be like, hey, we did good. You know, hats off to you. And that's another thing I liked about the movie. I appreciated that they tried to do these things this way instead of going, here's some real low budget blood effects on a computer, because I can't stand that. I can't stand those things. It's so gross to watch.
No, I definitely agree that like the gore is commendable, but my issue with it is it would have made the film so much more better if it was tighter, instead of them being like, let it really air out. Like if it had been tighter, I'd been like, oh shit, that was cool. But instead I was like, oh shit, that was cool. And then I kept just staring at it and go, okay, a little less cool now. Cool now. We're still looking at it. What the fuck?
There is, I give you that. There is a balance they have to hold, but I think it's still kind of, like I said, it comes off real very first couple of films, and you want to capitalize on these things, and you know, it's kind of like, when is it enough? Maybe take it up with the editor, and maybe it's just like, hey man, I didn't know what the fuck. Whatever.
They told me to let it breathe, and breathe I did.
Yeah, but I just think there's a lot of good things that were there, and I think like the story fumbles it all. You know, like it's just tonally this. So she's just killed the man, like fucking.
She got in it. She put on her fox hat before too. She's like,
dude.
This is my murder cap.
Murder cap was placed. She turned his ass into a fucking pencil box and just everything she could find up his ass. He's dead. And then she's like fucking bones out. Does she go back to the house and try to lure them out again? Doesn't she throw the walkie?
No, she goes and no, that's not. She goes into the little dock. And
so she sets up round two.
Yeah, she home alones that with some fishing wire as a trip wire, and then places it conveniently where a board and nails. She somehow pulls that up because she's like fucking riding an adrenaline high.
Yeah, she flips the board so like the nails will protrude. I mean, are these like 9-inch nails or some shit? Are they like? What are they like?
How did she get them out, dude? Like, how did they get them out?
Well, you said it, dude. She was juiced. She's like,
she pulls out like 2 of them, and and then she goes and looks for the fucking fat slow guy.
No, fat slow guy's like, fuck, man. He's out there. He's already out there. He's pissed off and sweating. He's over this already.
I think everyone was. I was like, all he got was a bunch of people that just were like, oh man, I guess we got to do this crazy Nazi scheme. I just wanted to like, I don't know, rob a 7-Eleven again.
Just wanted to like not be in jail.
Yeah, so I just wanted like freedom, like, and not be in the woods.
So she sees Chef Boyardee. She's like, "Hey, fuck you! Your ravioli sucks." And he's like, "Oh,
she's like, come and get me!" And then like awkwardly runs to Doc Martens, and he still can't catch her.
Dude, he's blown up, dude.
Yeah, his shirt was super sweaty. That was natural. They didn't have to fucking movie that.
He's all blown up because he's like, dude, I'm out of shape. I'm running. This is hard. He even kind of cusses when he's running. He's like, God damn, bitch, make me run. And I'm like, hey, man, I hear you. And then she tricks him to go to the dock, lures him to the dock. He trips over the fishing line.
At the end of the dock. She's just like, oh, no. But she's like got this face of like, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. And he's just like, come here, girly. She's like, you're fucked, little piggy.
And he trips. He eats the board, which is kind of funny, and it spikes him in the head. And then she just like, here's my biggest thing with all her little.
No, the first one spikes him in the stomach.
Oh,
and he's just like, no. Then she hits him with the other board she pulled out in the head. This guy still keeps going.
Yeah, man, he's probably just like,
you're dead, dude. You got a nail in the head. Okay,
that's not gonna kill you.
That many nails? She hit him twice in the head.
Dude, like those weren't that big, dude. That's why I was saying, like, this was real bush league.
Take much to get to the brain, man.
Dude, no, man. Like, I've seen some shit. People can survive some fucking shit. He was running off adrenaline. He probably he didn't give a fuck. But like, it wasn't enough. And then they start wrestling and shit. Ends up in the water, and then she just backs the boat over him, hits him with
No. He's drowning. He's like, I can't swim. Help me! I can't swim. And I just was like, oh, she's just gonna leave him to die, and we're just gonna see him like drown to death.
I was just like, dude, stand up.
That's real fucked up. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that too. But like, I just pictured her standing over him, like watching him drown, and I was like, oh, that'd be pretty fucked up. No, she backs the boat. She takes the time to untie the boat, back it into him, start the motor, and just fucking motorboat his stomach.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Over and over. And I was like, this was so much worse than her watching him drown. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
So it's kind of like Becky, like, she wants the revenge. She don't want this guy just to die. She wants to kill him. So you're like, I get it. You're slowly, when I mean slowly, off a cliff, going over the cliff edge of sanity, and you just want, all you see is red. That's all she wants.
She can't drive. We know that. So, she's going very slowly over the edge.
Here's my gripe. Here's one of my mini gripes with the idea. Like, I don't mind the idea, but my thing is Becky never has a plan B. Becky's got one fucking trick, and if it don't work, I'm like, you're like a 90-pound-year-old girl. These dudes are going to kill you, like, with one punch. They could break your fucking neck. And like, I was waiting for her to have like a little boot knife, a little something, a little equalizer, a fucking sharp stick, a rock on a string, anything for like, what happens if you don't kill this guy? If it's Dustin's world, these nails kill him. But it's not. It's the real world, and he's going to get up and he's going to choke the piss out of you, and then you're going to die, and he's going to throw you in the river.
Yeah, and I
roll fat bald barter down. He's like, 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
He's like, I'm not Master Blaster. I'm the guy who gets real sad when he dies.
Everybody's like, oh, I love that guy.
Oh, I love that guy. Oh, he's like, he's just a boy. Yeah, and I'd say that was my issue, is like, she gets out of all these, like, the guy that's scared of the dog and shoots dogs doesn't shoot the dog. It's a small shack. He could take a chance and shoot, Like, all of a sudden, Becky is just like this, like, ooh, she might have the key, so we can't shoot her. But no one says that. They all just do that, Well, so he doesn't shoot the dog. He doesn't shoot her. This is after she's not been shot the first time. And then that guy, McGee's just like, oh, going to trip and fall into your thing, and definitely could just fight you off, but I don't,
To his defense, like, I get it. He has to bring her back because they don't know where the key is. Like, Kevin James already fucked up when he didn't ice her when he saw the key physically in her hand. And
but why didn't he just shoot the dog? Like,
what are you talking? When
the guy hates the dogs and had a gun.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
The one that she fucking rulers in the neck.
Yeah, but she's like, yeah, I'll make the deal. The dog doesn't leave then. The dog doesn't leave until later.
Yeah, but he knows that the dog's in there. That's why he won't go in and get her. Why not
Well, I
just
know,
take a
but
chance, shoot the dog, go in, get her, and take the key? That's what I'm saying. Is like he didn't need to do that. It was convenient for him to do that for her to kill him.
no, I get it, but like I think we're all under the assumption she's a kid. So they thinking she's weak and feeble, and that's kind of the whole thing of the movie.
Fucking bum rusher though.
No, dude, I get it. But the characters, I told you, they're idiots. Like that's why Kevin James is hanging around with fucking morons, and the only one he really had a bond with was the Apex guy. And so you're like, okay, it's these two, and then two knuckle fucks, and they're just going around just shitting their pants. And she takes advantage of that because she's smarter than these two idiots. Well, one guy, Doug Shirt Dude, was the dumbest. He went out like an idiot. The balding fat guy, he tried to do what he had to do because he was just told to get the key. We don't know where the key is now, i.e., we presumably it's on her, or you grab her and we'll beat it out of her. We'll find out. But then he can't swim. But he ran near that. He wanted to spear her ass. He wanted to spear her ass into that water like 100 miles an hour, like he didn't give a fuck. So I was just like, whatever. But that's the problem. Like, it's just they're dumb. Like, and then she doesn't have a plan B. And that happens again in the movie where her one swing and a miss. And then I'm like, well, now what do you do? Oh, here's just a fucking ex machina or whatever you want to call it in the story.
Oh, yeah. Here's a Magellan. Fucking
what? Magellan?
Magellan. Yeah, here's a Magellan. MacGuffin.
You mean a mulligan?
Jeez, a mulligan. There we go. God damn, man. I don't know what. Mini stroke. Hold on. I need to check myself. It's getting hot in here. Yeah. So, and at this point, we cut back, and Kevin James is doing some speech with Apex about how many waking minutes they were in prison together, and how many of those minutes he spent calculating this plan. And it's a really long time for a really shitty plan, I'll be honest. So, and he's just like,
he's trying to get his
if you're not on board.
Yeah. He's trying to be his over dramatic self to get Apex's buy-in, because Apex is like, it's kind of literally the right hand man and the left hand man and all that shit, because he's just huge and he's a problem solver. But okay. and then he takes
a watermelon with rubber band.
And everyone's like, listen, we didn't like the joke the first time, and can you please stop? And like, so he's trying to get Apex's buy-in again, because Apex is like, dude, kids, man, I'm like, that's fucking me up. I ain't about this life anymore. I kind of just want to like dip. We're free. Let's just go do free shit and not, like he said, let's go rob 7-Elevens again. And then
Kevin James takes his shirt off.
Well, no, my problem is like, here's another great time for this dude to have this monologue or cut a promo of like motivation, what the key holds, or the promise of the promised land. The key will unlock it all for us. And he doesn't do that. He's just like, hey, man, we're inside.
It's like, we did this many minutes to just show that he's like calculated. And I was like, I don't really give a fuck how many minutes he spent thinking up this shitty plan. I'm watching it unravel. Like that's not me going, oh damn, he's cool.
Well, that's the thing.
Something different.
He mentions that to Apex. He's like, the variables of this plan didn't include you not coming through for me. And so he's just like, he kind of just guilt trips him into it. And then he's like, just remember, man, brotherhood. And he's just like, fuck, dude, brotherhood, I guess. And then Dustin's favorite part is he takes his shirt off. And I'm just like, I knew.
It's weird because Kevin James's body is all tatted up. And I was like, okay. And then Apex looks at him and is like, I'm not taking my shirt off. And then I was like, what? He totally had this moment of like, okay, now we show tattoos to each other. And Apex was like, no. I was just like, fucking weird.
Like, it's either two things happened. Makeup had to waste all that time putting those tattoos, and either the scenes got cut or something that had him showing those tattoos, or Kevin James already has those tattoos and he just wanted to show them off. One of two things.
One of two things. I mean, I'm not saying it's the second one, but I'm definitely leaning towards an assumption of the second one.
So I was just like, okay, yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen Kevin James's head shaved before this movie? I'm just saying.
I mean, like, dude, like I said,
Kevin can't wait. That was his last show that got canceled. King of Queens 2, the shitty sequel.
I never saw that. I never saw the other one.
No one did. That's why I got canceled.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the man's work, is what I'm trying to say. I think
he feels that lactose intolerance is not a real thing. It's just
I guess that really just struck a chord with you or something.
It was such a weird thing. He's just like, man, men aren't as tough as they used to be. And then he was like, lactose intolerance. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what a weird angle to go down.
Maybe you should stop watching his stand-up.
I did after that. I was just like,
mission accomplished.
I was like, you did it, Kevin James. I'm done.
He's like, why do you got to call me by my full name?
Because your name is Kevin. It'd be
weird you call him like, Mr. James.
I'm not calling him Mr. James.
All of a sudden, I'm going to be like, which Kevin could he be referencing? Is he talking about me? My stand-up career did flounder, so maybe it was me. I did have a couple of milk jokes, but I had milk toast jokes because those are funny.
Anyway, so Kevin James sends Apex out to get the girl. And at this point, the dog, Diego, escapes the house finally. He gets bored. And Apex finds the little girl. Diego finds the little girl. Apex fucking punches the dog.
Listen. That dog went to get some, and it regretted it instantly.
Oh, it got some.
Apex.
It just didn't get some it wanted.
Apex dragon punches this dog out of the air, like total perfect air counter.
Threw that dog, too. They were like, throw the dog. All right, now punch it. And he's like, really? You're going to throw a dog at me? He's like, oh, yeah.
The only thing would have been better if he would have caught it out of midair and like in a headlock and just snapped its neck and been like, Apex. And I love
he body slammed someone later on.
No, dude. He fucking choke slams her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She runs up on him like, no, she gets the dog. And he's like, listen, I want to let you know. And then he's like, stop fighting me, you little bitch. And she gets, he choke slams her.
Yeah, he choke slams her.
And she gets up and he's like, open chest. And she's like, fuck. Right in the sternum. He's like, now calm the fuck down.
She buns back into the ropes. He's just like, oh, boom, got you again. Fucking DDT. And she's just like, oh,
whoops
shit.
her ass. And
yeah, she does a job for him.
She just lays down. She's staring at the lights and shit. She's like, what the fuck? And he's just like, listen. And he tries to tell her like his motivations and stuff like that. And he's just like, all right, well.
He's like, I saw what you did to, orange duck fuck up there.
Yeah.
Some dark shit in your soul.
Yeah, dude. He's like,
he just opens up. Like, oh.
He's like, I'm sorry I killed those kids. You need Jesus and whatever.
He's like, don't let this define you.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm walking away. I don't care what Kevin James wants anymore. I'm just going to leave. I hope you will too. And then she just like shoots in the bird, runs away.
Yeah. She's got more killing to do. His name's Dominic, everyone that we keep calling Kevin James.
And then this is the part where I realized, I was like, wait a minute. It's been sunset for like an hour and a half of this movie almost. Or like an hour of this movie.
Long days.
Yeah, and then and then the woman who's been shot in the leg and has the worst tourniquet ever and has not died. They're just sitting there waiting for everyone to turn. Like Kevin James is like, oh, I'm a patient man. So gonna wait for any of these guys. And I think that's when at some point she baited them going out there with the walkie-talkie again or whatever. And now it's just her versus Kevin James. It's dark. And then she shows up at the front door and the future stepmom is like, yeah, fucking we're tied up. Like, help. And she does the eyes and smiley face for some reason. I was just like, is she having fun? I'm confused because she's just to show that she's like twisted.
Well, no, I didn't understand that. I thought she was gonna write on there like "get out" or "duck" or "where is he" or like something.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, "What?"
She's just like, everything's okay. I was just like,
what's for dinner?
What was for dinner? I don't remember. And she's like, the fat one ate it. And she's like, which fat one? She's like, the one you already killed.
Are there any more pizza rolls? Because I know I really did eat a lot of dinner, but now I've kind of been running around and playing in the water. And I know
we haven't been up here for a year, but we seem fully stocked with everything. So
I only like the combination pizza rolls. I swear to God, if it's just cheese, I can't eat those.
If it's the 3 cheese one, I swear to God, those things are just horrible. They're fucking horrible.
What I like to do is I like to put hot sauce on them and dip them in some blue cheese, and that reminds me of hot wings. And she's like, Kevin James is still here. She's like, oh shit.
Kevin
And she
James
runs away.
and he's just like, he's reading the note. He's like, really fucking, doesn't
Delicious.
that blow out your colon? Wait a minute, hold on. You're who I'm looking for. Yeah, and then so she distracts Kevin James. For some reason, it seems like she could have just ducked behind the door and been fine. Because it's not like Kevin James is checking the front door every 2 minutes.
Yeah, but she doesn't know what Becky's made of. She doesn't know Becky's a fucking Metal Gear Solid, this whole fucking place.
Yeah, and so then she just starts yelling and swearing at him. The little boy who hasn't talked like the whole movie, except for, ruining their escape plan. I was just like, you swore. I was like, shut up, dude. Don't.
I was like, listen, dude. We're way past all this right now.
Yeah. Like, your mom got shot in the leg. Don't fucking ask if she's okay.
Where were you when this guy's eyeball was hanging out of his skull?
Yeah,
swearing, you'll learn, is real low on the list.
Yeah, this is going to score real low on your list of trauma when you grow up, okay? Mm-hmm. And then my mom said the F word. Ooh. So that's why you're a junkie.
Tell us more about this little girl murdering everything.
Yeah, tell us more about the atrocities you witnessed at the hands of this demented little child. But yeah, and so he's just like, you have no fucking idea. She's like, is this all worth it? Huh? Your friends are gone. They're not coming back. And
the audience wants to know, has this been fucking worth it?
And he's like, you have no idea. And that's it. That's all he said. He's like, you have no idea. I was like, give us an idea, please. Like, seriously, please. Please. It's been sunset for an hour in this movie. Please. And then the car alarm goes off. Kevin James is like, I got you now, Becky. You better not Rambo me.
Becky, you're a special little girl. That's why I'm here to make you a special deal. Just give you the key, and we could, be homies, and you can
I'll be your racist mentor.
You got
the blonde tattoos.
You got the blonde hair and the blue eyes. We got a spot for you here at my little group. I'm putting my gun away, Becky. Don't trip.
How do you feel about full chest tattoos? You for it or against it?
All right, Becky. I'm going to go in this car alarm here, and I'm going to open it up. It's the goddamn dog again.
The dog that hasn't had the will to attack anyone this whole fucking movie, other than being punched in the gut by Apex. All of a sudden is just tearing Kevin James a new one again for far too long, and then he hits it with the door that we don't even get to see it.
That's the thing.
We didn't even see it. I was just like, what? I just heard the dog go, and I saw him closing the door, and I was like, there's no dog there. What the fuck?
In all honesty, any of the violence towards animals you do not see. The only time you see anything is the dogs are laid down. One of the dogs is laying down on the path, and he has the little makeup bullet marks on his side. And that's it. You don't really see nobody hits a dog in this movie. No one there's no physical violence seen to the animals, it's fine. It's good. It's good. But, you don't see this dog getting struck by the car door. And then Becky knows to start a car and drive it forward and to turn on the lights before she does so for dramatic effect. And then she goes to hit him. And I was like, all right, maybe this is it. She spikes him against the minivan and shit. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
And then he just rolls off of it. He's like, stuntman, bitch. And
she's going 10 miles an hour. She turned the light on. She indicated her turn. I don't even know how he
checked the oil. She checked the fluid.
She's like, hold on. My dad taught me this.
I got to check my mirrors.
I know how to change spark plugs. You want to see me do it real quick? Just real quick?
We're at a full gas tank.
And then she doesn't know where the brake is. She just rolls down a hill, hits a tree, and I was just like, well, that was stupid. And then for story convenience, this ancient station wagon.
It has OnStar, bro.
Has OnStar. And OnStar's just like, your airbag has activated. Are you okay? And Becky, instead of saying anything like, call the police, she's just like,
she just rages again. Becky should have been like, no. See, here's the thing. Instead of OnStar going, hey, little Becky, is that you? Looks like you're raging out there. She's like, listen, these are my kills. The cops aren't going to take these kills from me. That's what I wanted her to kind of say-ish. But I wanted her to own her crazy, right? And she never really does. No. She's more of coming into her crazy genes. She's kind of putting them on, trying them on for a good fit. And instead of an all rationality, if she was the hunted, she would have been like, please send the cops. I'm in danger. My family, my murder. It doesn't matter. She was like, don't send anyone. I got these motherfuckers. She should have said that. Then I've been like, whoa, Becky, put that on the poster. That's sweet.
Yeah, like, and she could have at that point, because OnStar was still going to send someone anyway, I guess. But yeah, it was weird. And then she goes and she finds a hammer.
No,
that's not good enough.
She goes to the shed, right? Or I don't know where the shed came from.
It was a garage.
Garage.
I don't know.
And then she just starts leveling up. It was like a video game. She's like, hammer, that does +2 damage. She's like, nope, there's this. And she just starts, and then she ends up with a fucking gas tank. And you're like, all right, cool. And then she's like, don't forget the summertime. And when the summertime comes, we got the super soaker. And I was like, what are you going to put bleach in it and shoot him in the eyes? No.
Did she have that? Maybe I missed that. Did she find the super soaker there?
No,
I just thought the super soaker magically appeared.
It does. It magically appears. And they do the little campfire showdown. He's like, Becky.
Yeah, so Apex shows back up.
No, he doesn't show up then.
Oh, he doesn't show up then? Oh, it's after the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do the fucking campfire standoff. And this is a good shot. She's standing on one side, and he's like, Becky, I'm going to fucking cut you open like a Christmas ham. And she's like, I don't think so, dude. She doesn't even say anything. She just kind of looks at him.
She tries to recruit him again. Or he tries to recruit her. This is where he's like, you're a special girl. You know, let me mentor you. This is going to be a moment you look back on. Like, he's all about moments.
Yeah, it's like part 2 of his fucking join us speech.
Yeah,
and she's just like
Hitler Youth fucking promo, and you're just like,
she's like, I'm just going to kill you. That's all I fucking want.
Yeah, she's like, you know what I want? I want to fucking hurt you. And I was just like, okay, Becky. Fucking pipe bomb this motherfucker.
And I'm like, Becky, you're gonna don't talk about it, be about it. And she's like, whoosh. So she hits him with her homemade flamethrower, super soaker gas combo. He's running. He's like, oh fuck. But it's typical Becky.
Drops and rolls real quick.
It's typical Becky. She doesn't have a plan B.
Then she just tries to squirt him like from 2 feet away with no fire nearby.
I was like, Becky, that's not gonna work. Where science? Your fucking school let you down. That's not how fire works.
You figured it out the first time. Second time, not so much. Not so much, Becky.
If she was smart, she would have had the little super soaker with the bleach and be like, in your eyes, bitch, pop, 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 pop.
I mean, to be fair, she didn't have dinner. All she had those gummy worms. So, she could be running on fumes. So she has been punched in the stomach a lot and wrestled 3 grown men to death. So.
Well, she should have had a little Cliff Bar in her fucking art hut.
Yeah, seriously. Or some
They're just carbs. Why not fucking eat these? No energy. And then your fucking Apex boy shows up, and he doesn't show up then because she goes to run, and then Kevin James fucking like power bombs her ass. He runs and he sweeps her fucking leg up and he slams her down to the ground. I was like, this chick is getting fucked up in this movie. She's getting the wind knocked out of her every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, and he's just like, where is it? She's like, I hit it.
And he's throttling her, he's choking her, and then out pops the key from her fucking shirt, and then he's just like, I got the key.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'm not gonna kill you. I got the key. So, and then Apex shows up, and he's just like, just fucking kill her. This is the last kid I'll make you kill ever. And I was like, that's a weird promise you try to make.
Promises are promises, dude. Doesn't matter how you present them.
And Apex is like, no. And then I think doesn't Kevin James like shoot him in the gut or some shit? Like
I thought he. Something like that. He fucks.
He doesn't kill him, but he definitely is just like, fuck you, man.
Meanwhile, Becky's run off
to the shed again. She's leveled up again. She's just like, let me get on this motorized vehicle. And I was just like, Becky, I've seen you drive a car 10 miles an hour into a guy and then a tree. Maybe motor vehicles aren't your forte for murder, okay? Also, the boat, you're real slow with the boat, okay?
Listen, she's land, sea, or air. She's going to get you. She gets on this ATV that's dragging a lawnmower, and she's just like,
oh my God, please.
Yeah, I was like, it's a little bit excessive, but Kevin James is snoozing now. Didn't Apex beat his ass or something? And he's laying down.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, because Apex saves her, because that's why you're just like, it's another Becky doesn't have a plan B. So all these other fucking shits happen just to keep her alive.
Yeah, Apex, who said he was leaving, was apparently just like eating his own Cliff Bar.
He doesn't want to see another kid.
Apex needs another Cliff Bar.
Apex is only, like you said, only one with character progression, because he doesn't want to see another kid get killed, because he knows fucking Kevin James is going to kill her if he gets a chance. He doesn't care. He just wants the key any means necessary. So Kevin James is fucking on his back like, I can't believe I got my ass whooped. And then Becky's just like, eat a dick, lawnmower style.
Like, and this lawnmower, we see it like run over a person for a while, and you see body parts like moving and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little confused on what the fuck exactly was getting run over. And then they just show Kevin James's head gone.
Yeah, it was
like,
real.
And I was like, oh, okay.
It was real Mortal Kombat 11, like the top of the back, whole front of the skull was knocked out, like in Mortal Kombat 11 where they like chop their head in half and knock their brains and half their face off. It looked like that, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool.
But then they just showed that to you for again way too long, and it just didn't match up to how she was running over him. I was just like, oh,
yeah, dude. Now you're just nitpicking. Everyone knows what the best lawnmower kills.
The thing is, I wouldn't nitpick if I didn't have to watch both parts so long. You know, if I wasn't watching like body parts like fumble around under a lawnmower and then like just see a head there, and I was like, oh,
I told you, dude. They're real proud of what they had. Let them
I get it.
Let them have it shine for a little bit. That's probably the funnest. I'm just
trying to help them make it tighter next time. Okay.
They're like, dude, there's not going to be a Becky 2. What's your problem?
There damn well better be, because she got that key, Kevin.
She got the key.
And then Apex is just like, I just wanted to help you with your journey. And she just like all of a sudden is just like, nah, man, you're done. Your journey's over. Bam, bam, bam. Shoots him in the fucking head.
Yeah, she caps him.
Yeah. She sits down, takes a breather with the dog. The
rest of the family shows up.
And the kids show up and just hang out next to her and cue the sirens that we don't actually have to ever see a police car. So... And then we're back to the end of the movie.
Which was the beginning. You're like, we're back to the end of the movie. We're back to the beginning of the movie, which is now the ending, because the ending was the beginning. And then Becky's like, okay, Becky, we don't have to help these cops anymore. Like, just remember what you can. He's like, I think they were going after a buffalo nickel. Or maybe a loony. Or a toonie.
Quarter.
A Canadian quarter. Maybe it was just foreign currency. They were really weird. I was scared. And
like, basically, she's like hiding the fact that she has the key. She's got the key. We've seen
Becky
her
got
with
the key.
And she's playing like she had some sort of homicidal rage and doesn't remember killing anyone.
No, dude.
Just that she remembers what they were wearing.
The psychiatrist, like social worker ladies, is like, hey, sometimes when you go through traumatic experiences, you have blackouts, you forget stuff. So don't press her too much. And the cops are just like, well, what the tarnation were they looking for? And Becky's like,
what the tarnation? She fucking murdered 4 grown men. How the fuck did a 9-year-old do that?
She could have just been like, they were fighting about something amongst each other. There you go. That's what I would have said.
I'm sure like this would have been a federal case because they escaped from federal prison, but whatever.
Yeah, no, probably. And then Becky
gives a look to the camera and eats a gummy worm.
And she hates gummy worms. So, dude, she was playing us the whole time because the dad was in when she stole gummy worms. She's like, but you hate gummy worms. And I was like, did we ever really know Becky? And that's, to me, the way the movie came together perfectly.
And in Becky, too, the key to end all keys.
No, Becky, too, the beckoning.
The beckoning. Just her and Diego. She's like,
It's just like a.
Did you see Dora the Explorer? It's just that.
It's just it's a destroyed future. It's all rubble and sand, and she just rides Diego through the plains with the key, and they're all just like, Becky, you come to our village with the key. What does the key bring? And she was like, you shall be killed. She just starts killing everything.
Like, it brings death.
And then they're like. And then it just shows her at this big like temple, and they're like, "Oh, Becky, you've come. Say you brought the key, Becky." And she's like, "Whatever, dog." And then the dog just attacks the guy, and then she sticks the key in this big pyramid block, and it slides open. And she walks in there, and it's just gummy worms just raining down, and she's eating them. She's like, "I will eat the gummy worms." That's it.
I thought you were gonna say Hellblazer or Hellraiser, but okay.
Dude, they're remaking that on their own. They don't need my help.
I just meant like that. Like she just opens some hellscape.
I guess she just opens up just gummy worms, man.
Do you have any final thoughts about this movie?
So Becky, I guess you can check it out if you're insanely bored. The carnage and the gratuitous violence really isn't enough to hook you. If you're into that thing, you've probably seen So you've probably seen better or worse, or however you want to describe it. Like there's really nothing redeeming. It's kind of like it had like a little curiosity factor for me, and it unfortunately just kind of didn't do anything fun with it, I should say. I hate when people go, "Oh, it's just a Home Alone, a violent." Is it really a Home Alone? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's some of the.
First of all, she's not home alone. Second of all,
it's the whole. Yeah, well, she sets up like traps and stuff. I guess that'd be the only thing, and they're violent. They're showing the violent outcomes of them instead of a really comical slapstick way. But it's
traps, kind of, and one of those is the magic super soaker.
Exactly, and I don't know. I just think it's kind of. I think the tone and like the style is all over the place. I kind of appreciated some of the things it tried to do, but it's kind of a pass for me. Like, there's nothing anyone else would watch where I can recommend this wholeheartedly and be like, yeah, man, this is right up my alley. I got a kick out of it, or it's good fun, or it's corny, or it's a good bad movie, or anything like that. It's just kind of like, it's a lot of shrugging. So you're just gonna be, it's pretty much a pass.
Yeah, I'd have to second that because it really just screamed like, hey, we finished film school. Here's our film. Our first feature film. And, kudos to everyone that got this made. I can see the interest that Kevin James probably had in the script is something very different for him.
Definitely.
But not that made it interesting for me. And it's just, there is a lot of like, oh, we have some shared universe like idea for this. And unfortunately, it's just none of there was interesting and the story wasn't tight enough for me to care to come back, Well,
it just had a lot of egregiouses, you know what I mean? Like don't tease the audience with this key and you never pay it off. There's so many things that don't get paid off. Like if you would have ended of like, hey, she opens up a box and she looks at it and she's like, whoa. Is it a bunch of Nazi gold? Is it like Hitler's fucking dirty underwear? Like, what the fuck? Like, what could it be to kind of like, to do all this?
Yeah, to stay in that situation and risk exposure, which there apparently is never any danger of them being recaptured, which I thought was also kind of one of the most annoying parts of the movie is like, there's no tension of her failing and there's no tension of them getting captured because she's going to take care of all of them.
Well, that was the thing. I think if the movie didn't start with the ending of how we got there, like then there'd be more tension to it. Like you'd be like, "Oh shit, is Becky going to pull this off?" And then there's really no one to root for because Becky's not really likable. And you're kind of just like, "Well, I hope this little girl doesn't get killed naturally." Is what I'm supposed to be feeling. And like you said, these are like prisoners that escape. There's no other police searching the area and finding out there's been a triple murder with these kids.
There's no helicopters out searching the fucking woods.
Even if you're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, they still be like canvassing the area. Nothing on the news. Like, what the fuck? Like I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to like put it in the middle of nowhere so the story can just be the story on its own without the bothers of the real world. But if you don't address those correctly, the audience is going to kind of just tap out. They're going to be like, well, you're kind of having this reality-based thing happen, but you're
ignoring reality.
Yeah, you're ignoring too many things. And the way it's written, it protects the girl too much, where she just gets away with too many bullshit things. And your bad guys almost have to be clowns so this girl can get away with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the Home Alone part to me, where the opposition was just a bunch of bumblefucks, so that's why she got to do half the things she got to do.
Yeah. It's just it definitely had some potential, but it just doesn't pan out. So again, a pass for me. Unless you're just like you're out of fucking movies to watch and you're like,
you're super bored.
New.
Yeah, and
go for it. But even then, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're gonna have such a romp talked about. Like, we had a romp because that's what we come here to do on Us Versus Movies. And we thank you for listening. We ask that you give us a like, a subscribe, a comment, whatever you want to do to just show your love and support on the Instagram, the Twitter, our brand new YouTube page that I'm going to kick to Kevin so he can tell you more about.
Oh, it's a YouTube page that I'm trying my hardest to put more up. But you'll just see random old episodes thrown on there occasionally and frequently, hopefully, because I know people like that. People like to listen for stuff on YouTube for whatever reason. So I'm gonna do my best.
And that's it. We thank you for listening, and we'll be back next time.